Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fantasy Football. I'm Todd Gonzalez, and here we are ready to start the playoffs in Season 4. The Rogues, 12-4 in the regular season, actually the third best record in the entire league. However, we will have to make it on the road as a wildcard team because the Baldur's Gate Space Hamsters finished 13-3, and so what that means is the Rogues will have to go into Westgate and play a game on the road, and we are almost guaranteed to have played our last game at Daggerford Stadium this season. So the road to the championship will be very tough, but I mean, if any team can do it, I think it'll be the Rogues. We finished with the number one total offense in the league, number one in pass offense, number one in stopping the run, ninth, in fact, in total defense. And of course, I did say that if we didn't finish last in pass defense, I would give our brand new defensive coordinator, Bill Cowher, a big smooch on the lips. And so I'm assuming Bill is watching this. So Bill, if you are out there somewhere, just send me a DM and I will give you the details and we can meet up and I will kiss you on the mouth. Thank you for saving the Rogues' pass defense this year. We finished 31st, which is not dead last. In fact, it is second from last. But before we get into the games this week, I do want to take a look around the league, see the final stats, just take a brief look at that and see who won the big awards. Starting here with the Offensive Player of the Year, which has gone to Jesus Moses for a third consecutive season. If you look at Mr. Moses' stats, over the last 3 years, he has gained over 2,000 yards in each year. Just an unbelievable performance from him. He averaged 5.1 yards per carry. He carried the ball 446 times. As the workhorse back, really has just been getting it done for the Snakes, and he deserves a shout out in this video. Second place is Simon Goodberry of the Space Hamsters. And then Alex Appleseed and Damian Bennett also both finished top 5 in that voting. The Defensive Player of the Year was Aiken Payne, a outside linebacker for the Thule-Tanther Panthers, who finished with 137 tackles, 10 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, and 5 picks. But just behind him was Lefty Washington, who had an incredibly complete season as a middle linebacker, finishing with over 100 tackles, 7 sacks, and 8 interceptions. The Offensive Rookie of the Year was Chuck Pigskin, the great quarterback of the El Terrell Hellwasps, who has a 99 overall arm strength. It will be very interesting to see how he develops. So he looks like he could be one of the most talented passers in the league. And in the AFC, the Offensive Rookie of the Year, for the second year in a row, has gone to a Daggerford Rogues wide receiver, Joe Ghostkeeper, with his 34 receptions for 528 yards and 3 touchdowns, taking home the award. The Defensive Rookie of the Year, Fred Rockman of the Neverwinter Knights, a defensive tackle who had 10 sacks. Just an awesome rookie season for him. The powers that be voted Girlfriend Vancouver the third best offensive lineman in the entire league. Girlfriend had 70 pancakes on the season against just 6 sacks, and actually fourth in that voting was Mario Bell, the Rogues Pro Bowl right tackle. So our two bookends on the offensive line, each finishing as top 5 offensive linemen in the entire league. The best defensive lineman in the league was Gerard Tumbleweed, who has really just developed into an amazing player on the interior of the defense. He finished with 17 sacks this season, which was tied for the league lead with Kendrick Office of the Zentile Keep Zombies. The Coach of the Year went to Marty Schottenheimer of the Baldur's Gate Space Hamsters, but Dick Vermeil finished third. And for the third consecutive year, Alex Appleseed has taken home the MVP. Only one other player has ever won 3 MVPs in a row, and that was John Throgood, who did it a long time ago, back when he was in his mid-20s, and was ascending to become one of the top signal callers of all time. So Appleseed has actually joined Throgood as 3-time MVPs. And if we actually look at his, well, first of all, look at his stats over the last 4 years. They are phenomenal. But looking at his career accolades, you can see that they are really starting to pile up. There's pretty much just one thing remaining to put on his resume for the Hall of Fame, and that is a championship. And hopefully we can get him that this year to cement his legacy as one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Alex Appleseed led the league in passer rating with 106.8. He led the league in passing yards. He threw 29 touchdowns against just 8 interceptions, completed 65% of his passes on the year for an 8.8 yards per attempt average, which was, of course, first in the league. The second best quarterback, John Throgood, finishing just behind Appleseed in many of those stats. Rushing, of course, Jesus Moses led the league in yards, with Ferrante Jones finishing with 1,969 right behind him. Damian Bennett had a fine season as well, finishing with 1,312 yards, 15 touchdowns on the ground, and averaging 4.1 yards per carry. He also caught 79 passes for 820 yards and 3 touchdowns. The number one pass catcher on the season was Rod Tidwell of the Esmultaran Owlbears, who finished with 1,393 yards, but Ozymataz Buckshank actually right behind him, finishing with 1,287, and almost led the league in pass reception yards as a tight end, which is pretty much unheard of in this league. Buckshank also was on the receiving end of 9 touchdowns and averaged 14.9 yards per reception. Also among the league leaders in touchdowns was Synthania Tugboat, who just missed a 1,000-yard season, finishing with 62 catches for 953 yards. We talked about Lefty Washington a little bit, but he was actually the league leader in tackles for loss with 18 of those, and Justice Bunn right behind him with 16. There is Gerard Tumbleweed, tied for the league lead in sacks with 17. And Lamar Ilko led the league in passes defensed as he deflected 24 passes out of the air. Travis Cobweb actually right behind him as well with 22. So those are the stats. We can now simulate the first 2 games of Wildcard Weekend before we get into the matchup between the Daggerford Rogues and the Westgate Sharks. This is a team that we have faced twice in this series. They beat us the first time, but we got our revenge the next time we played them. They have an amazing secondary led by 99 overall cornerback Tyra Thomas, who will be tasked with slowing down Synthania Tugboat today. And, of course, their star-strong safety, Dreest Doerden, who is one of the league's most feared defenders. He flies all over the field, is a very sure tackler, and one of the best athletes in the league, with incredible tenacity to match. There are 2 games on Saturday, the Mirabar Miners and Everland Blink Dogs, division rivals, going at it in Everland. Both of these teams finished 11-5. And it was a great game at Fairy Fire Field, as the Mirabar Miners snuck by the Blink Dogs 23-17, an overtime finish. Mirabar got out to a 14-0 first quarter lead, but Everland was able to just sneak back and claw their way back into it. They tied it up in the fourth quarter with 9 minutes to go on a Ferrante Jones touchdown run, but Nifty Johnson found Britt Madison for a 34-yard touchdown pass in the first minute of overtime, and the Miners move on to the next round, 23-17 the finish. And in the Saturday night game, it was another back-and-forth affair, a classic playoff game, the Icewindale Direwolves going to Bear Dusk, and they pulled out a 31-26 victory. Here's how they did it. In the first quarter, Bear Dusk got the lead first on a Vincent Eggman touchdown pass. Icewindale got a couple of field goals by Billy Cundiff to cut it to 7-6. Bear Dusk pulled even further ahead with a touchdown run by Vargas to make it 14-6. But then an interception return by Ronnie Holman, 67 yards to pay dirt, and that got Icewindale right back in it. They converted on a 2-point conversion to tie the game at 14. Bear Dusk kicked a field goal and went into the half ahead 17-14. In the third quarter, the Direwolves got their first lead of the game on a 28-yard touchdown pass from Jay Grinks to Jezro Stormbringer. And then they extended the lead in the fourth quarter on a 1-yard Warwick Dunn touchdown run. Bear Dusk pulled a little closer with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Vincent Eggman to Chick McRunfast. However, they failed on the 2-point conversion and ultimately were unable to come back. So 31-26, the finish there. And we are all set for the Rogues and the Sharks on Sunday, January 6th at 4:30 p.m. And welcome everybody to Westgate. We've got beautiful weather here today for a wild card matchup between the Westgate Sharks and the Daggerford Rogues. And we are very lucky that we have got a clear day today at 67 degrees. That it is usually very rainy in this part of Faerun at this time of the year. And so hopefully that will help Alex Appleseed and company continue their hot streak of great play in the passing game. The Westgate Sharks relied on their defense to get them to this point. They have one of the league's top secondaries, led by the great safety, Dreest Doerden, one of the fastest and toughest players in the entire league. There's a look at Joe Ghostkeeper, the Rookie of the Year in the AFC, at wide receiver for the Rogues. He had a very nice year catching passes from Alex Appleseed and has lined up in the slot all season long. The Sharks, very much underdogs, despite the fact that they are at home today. The Rogues finished the regular season 12-4, and the Sharks just 9-7. And people have been saying that they don't stand much of a chance in this game. They've probably got some bulletin board material to work with there, as we are all set for the coin toss. The Rogues have won, and we are going to take the wind, a very strong tailwind at our backs to start this one. And here is Danilo Fantone to kick it deep and get this playoff game underway. Back for the return is Candy Wilson. Fantone boots it deep into the end zone. This one will not be returnable. The Sharks will start from the 20 after a touchback. Redgren Grumbold, the quarterback of the Sharks, finished the season with a 74.9 passer rating. He had 21 touchdowns and 22 interceptions. Lining up behind him is Cyrus Franks, who will get the call on the left side. Franks with a nice hole to run through, tackled by Lefty Washington after a 6-yard gain. The Sharks employ a two-headed running back committee. Franks will rotate in and out with former Rogue Mike Lunchpail, who is their number 2 running back. He finished with over 500 yards in the regular season. However, Lunchpail is dealing with some lingering turf toe issues and may not play much in this game. Here's Franks off the right side, bulldozing his way for a first down. A nice run there, all the way out to the 31-yard line. The Rogues gave up fewer than 1,000 rushing yards on the regular season, but the Sharks are a team that is built around running the football on offense. They do not scare you much in the passing game, so a matchup of strength versus strength. And on the first 2 plays of the game, Westgate looking pretty good running the football against a great defense. And now Franks again with a good hole, straight up the middle, will pick up 6 more yards. Really good job by the Westgate offensive line softening up the Rogues defense here, and they are in very good position for 2nd and 4. Grumbold will come out from the shotgun. He goes back to pass and looking right and intercepted. Troy Polamalu up the left side. Polamalu is going to go untouched into the end zone. A pick 6 on the first passing play of the game for Grumbold. He throws it right to Polamalu. Oh, Troy didn't have an interception on the regular season. He dropped so many of them. But on that one, he was able to secure it and return it 51 yards for the touchdown. And the pass rush was provided by Gerard Tumbleweed, the league's sack leader, getting to Grumbold in the backfield and setting up that interception. Danilo Fantone putting the extra point through. The Rogues lead 7-0. The Rogues looked much, much better down the stretch against the pass. And starting off this game with a very, very good start, a pick 6 for Troy Polamalu. The kickoff by Danilo Fantone. This one's not going to be returnable at all. It will go out of the end zone for a touchback. A great start by the Rogues defense. We looked a little susceptible against the run, but ultimately we were able to score a touchdown on the wrong side of the ball. And now Grumbold sacked, taken down in the backfield by Gerard Tumbleweed. He was unblocked that time. They had a miscommunication on the offensive front. He came in untouched. 4-yard loss on the Tumbleweed sack. And they will have a 2nd down and 14. Grumbold will start with Franks in the backfield behind him. 3 wide receivers for the Sharks here. And he will hand it to Franks left side and won't get very far. Lefty Washington making the tackle, a gain of about 2. 3rd and 11 upcoming now. Grumbold under center here. Mike Lunchpail checked into the game at tailback for the Sharks. And Grumbold back to pass. He's got time. Looking to the right and knocked away. Lefty Washington on the pass defense that time. Rogues looking very stout against the pass here in the early goings. Grumbold has not completed either of his pass attempts, and they will have to punt it away on 4th and 11 after a 3 and out. And this is a short punt. Tony Massimo calling for a fair catch inside Sharks territory. Rogues are going to start here from the 48-yard line, and Appleseed with the I formation behind him. He will go back to pass, looking over the middle, and intercepted! Caught by Truck Williams, the middle linebacker. Appleseed's first pass of the game goes awry. And the Sharks have got a turnover now. They will start from the 43. Appleseed threw just 8 interceptions in the regular season, which was the best mark among all of the league's starting quarterbacks who started every game. But starting out the playoffs with an errant throw there, going right to the linebacker, and the Sharks will have great field position. We'll see if they can do anything with it as Franks off the left side with another good hole. He will pick up 6 more yards on the ground. The Sharks' offensive line is looking very stout at the point of attack. They've been able to push these Rogues back and open up some holes for Cyrus Franks. Mike Seeds going in motion off to the right side now, and it'll be a handoff for Franks. Another good hole, and he will pick up a first down into Rogues territory at the 45. First down and 10, Westgate. Grumbold with 3 wide receivers in here. Franks the single back in the backfield, and Grumbold lining up under center. Trying to draw the defense offside. It'll be a toss play to Franks, left side, and a great tackle by Travis Cobweb. Cobweb, one of the better tackling cornerbacks in the entire league, and you can see why on that play. He just picked up the running back and spiked him into the turf like he was a football. 2nd and 11 upcoming now after that play lost a yard, and Grumbold will go back to pass. And looking off to the right, he's got Ty Wololo for close to a first down. We'll see where they spot him. They will give him the first down at the 33-yard line. Ty Walolo, a Pro Bowl tight end over in the AFC. Now on 1st and 10, they will come out with 2 tight ends here. Grumbolt handing off. Oh no, a play fake, and now Grumbolt looking right and incomplete. And that pass would have lost yardage as they were trying to get it to the fullback, Hugh Hercules. Grumbolt was harassed in the backfield that time, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Under center, Grumbolt, I formation behind him. Defense in the base 4-3 package. Grumbolt trying to draw him off sides. He will go back to pass, looking over the middle, caught Hercules. A 9-yard pickup, and that gets them into scoring range at the 24. It'll be 3rd and inches now. A good-looking drive here for the Sharks. They've got it deep into Rogues territory, trying to capitalize after the interception by Alex Appleseed. 3rd down and inches, and Grumbolt will toss it to Franks, left side, and lefty Washington is all over it, taking him down for a loss of a yard, and they will have to try a field goal here on 4th and inches. Rogues defense holds, and the Sharks will try a 41-yard field goal attempt. Nitram Gramatica, the winner of the Best Kicker in the League award, puts it up and right down the middle. That will get the Sharks on the board. It's 7-3. Back for the return here is Tony Massimo, kicking off into a strong wind. Gramatica puts it back to the 8-yard line. Massimo looking for some blocking, gets a great block from Girlfriend Vancouver, and a nice return by Massimo, taking it to about the 32-yard line. Rogues have only had the ball for 1 play in the first quarter, and it was not a good one as it went for an interception that led to the Westgate field goal. Trying to do a little better this time. We will toss it to Bennett on the right. He cuts it back and picks up a couple of yards. Truck Williams active early in this game with another tackle there. That play gained 2, and now it will be 2nd down and 8. 2 tight end package. Appleseed with Bennett in the backfield behind him. And Damian Bennett will get the call on the left. Running behind Cheesesteak. He will pick up about 6 yards. Good gain there, and that will set the Rogues up with a 3rd down and short. 3rd and 2. 2 tight ends in once again behind Appleseed. He will hand it to Bennett left side, trying to outrun Goku Thundercat, but he cannot. The star middle linebacker of the Westgate Sharks, Thundercat, bringing Bennett down at the line of scrimmage. That play goes nowhere, and the Rogues will have to punt. 4th and 2 now, and Fred Pantoliano in for the first time in this game. He gets the punt away, and it is angled toward the left side. It will bounce at about the 5-yard line and through the end zone for a touchback. Last time the Sharks had it, it was a very good drive for them. They took it all the way down the field, but ultimately had to settle for a field goal. They take over with 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Grumbolt will start under center with Franks in the backfield behind him. Franks will get the toss on the right side, and he is swarmed, tackled by Sarkon the Wise. That's going to lose a couple of yards. The Rogues getting about the entire defense in the backfield that time to swallow up that run play for a loss of 3. 2nd down and long upcoming now. Grumbolt under center. Franks behind him in the backfield once again. Defense still in that base package, and Franks will get the call. This time he's got some room to run, but a nice tackle by Lamar Ilko will hold that to a 3-yard gain. 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Grumbolt will start from the shotgun here. Lunch pail in the backfield with him. 3 wide receivers in, and he will go back to pass. Pressure coming now. Hit as he throws, and caught Greg Jennings, but that's going to be just short of the first down. They gained about 9.5 when they needed 10, and on 4th and inches, they're going to bring out that punt unit once again. Ken touchdown in the game to punt it away. His first punt was very short, but he is punting into a very strong wind, and this is another short punt. Massimo going to let this one bounce toward the sidelines, and it takes a Rogues bounce going up near the 50-yard line, down at the 47. 1st down and 10. Appleseed with the I formation behind him. 2 tight ends on the right side. He will go back to pass. Oh, and gets it out. Intercepted. It's Tyra Thomas. Appleseed's 2nd interception of the game. He threw that one way too late. Buckshank was open at first, but Thomas was all over it, and she undercut the pass and returned it all the way to the 29-yard line. A terrible first quarter showing for Alex Appleseed. He's thrown 2 picks on his first 2 pass attempts. Well, we've seen this before from Appleseed, where he will have a really bad first half and then rebound in the second, so hopefully that's going to be the case here today. Is very uncharacteristic of him. Here's Franks off the right. He will gain about 3 yards. Polamalu making the tackle there. The first interception led to a Westgate field goal, and now they are in great position to get into the end zone here with the ball on the 25-yard line. Grumbolt back to pass. He's got time and looking over the middle and almost picked. Polamalu should have had his second one there. That pass went right through his hands. It was intended for the Pro Bowl wide receiver Candy Wilson, but Polamalu was in great position to intercept the pass. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Grumbold back to pass, looking over the middle. Caught! Wololo hanging on through the hard hit. That'll get it inside the 15, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. We will go into the second. The Rogues with a 7-3 lead, but the Sharks are driving after Alex Appleseed's second interception of the day. 1st down and 10. Grumbold will toss it to Franks on the right side, and there's Polamalu crunching him right behind the line of scrimmage, a 2-yard loss. What a great play that time by Polamalu, who has been very active in this game. He seems to save his best performances for the biggest games. Grumbold looking off to the left, and Justice Bunn knocks the pass out of the air, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Grumbold from the shotgun here on 3rd and long, 3 wide receivers in. Lunch pail in the backfield with him. And he will go back to pass. Looking end zone, right side, caught! Jim Howard, touchdown, Sharks! Into double coverage, a great throw that time by Redgren Grumbold, and an even better catch, as Howard had 2 guys all over him, and that'll give the Sharks the lead. 10-7 now after a 14-yard touchdown pass. All 10 of Westgate's points coming after Alex Appleseed interceptions, and now they're kicking with the wind, and this is going to go all the way through the end zone for a touchback. The Rogues will start at the 20-yard line. And looking to have a little bit better of an offensive showing here, we will run the play-action fake. Appleseed gonna be sacked, taken down way in the backfield. They blitzed the corners, and Appleseed did not see that guy coming off the left side. He tried to take off and run, ended up running right into Pete Hunter. The passing game has just not been there for the Rogues, as the Westgate Sharks have had an incredible start on the defensive side of the ball against the league MVP and the #1 passing attack in the league. 2nd and 17. Appleseed now looking over the middle for Azamataz Buckshank. That'll be the first completion of the game for the Rogues. And it will get that sack yardage back and a little more, and it'll set us up for a 3rd and 7. Must feel good for Alex Appleseed to finally complete a pass to the right team. And we will have a manageable 3rd down here. He will start from the shotgun, looking out to the left, and he's going to try to roll out now, and floats it for Tugboat. What a play by Tugboat, and holding on to the ball through the big hit by Hunter. Appleseed that time gesturing Tugboat to run downfield. He was scrambling around. There was nobody open, and Tugboat making it happen, getting open downfield. 1st down and 10, Rogues. Up near midfield now. So that has been the best offensive play we've had so far. Handoff Bennett, left side, trying to get out to the edge, and he will pick up about 4 yards. Timmy Waffles making the play. Bennett gets it to the 50-yard line. The Rogues continuing to attack the left side of the Westgate defense. We will hand it for Bennett, and he gets outside this time. And a great tackle, great recovery by Jerome Bullhorn, as it looked like Bennett had open space in front of him, but the defensive end showing off a great burst of speed. And now it'll be 3rd down and 2. And Appleseed will come out of the shotgun here. Tony Massimo in the backfield with him. He will change something here at the line of scrimmage. Play clock dwindling down. Appleseed will go back to pass. Looking out to the left, and he is going to try to take off and get it with his legs, and he will not. Another great play by Bullhorn that time, making the tackle, a 1-yard gain for Appleseed. It'll be 4th down and 1. And the Rogues are going to keep the offense out there. We're going to try to go for this as we've got the ball inside Sharks territory, and it is 4th down and short. Stacey Mack checked into the game at tailback. Short yardage specialist, seldom used. Goes off the right side, picks up the 1st down and then some. Tackled by Waffles, but that will work. That is a gain of about 7, and it sets the Rogues up with a 1st down at the 39. This is the best that the Rogues offense has looked so far in this game. We've got the ball inside Sharks territory now with 1st down. Appleseed will go back to pass. They're going to bring the blitz, and he will look deep for Ghostkeeper. Caught it, but out of bounds. That was a big mismatch on the outside. Ghostkeeper singled up in coverage against the linebacker, Truck Williams, who just couldn't get him. But Appleseed unable to complete the pass. 2nd down and 10 here. Bennett will get the call on the left, and he tries to cut it back now, and still on his feet. Big hit by Dreet Stowerden. But that'll be a 6-yard pickup. A nice run there by Bennett, finding some space. It'll be 3rd and 5 now. And the Rogues now in the second quarter going against the wind, and so we are definitely not in field goal range. Here on 3rd down and 5, Appleseed will start under center. He will look out to the left and take it off, trying to run for it again. And again, Bullhorn getting him to prevent the 1st down. So it'll be 4th and 2 now from the 31. And for the second time on this drive, the Rogues are going to keep the offense out here and go for it on 4th down. Appleseed Running the play fake at him, and Cheesesteak wide open, hangs onto the ball, picks up the first down inside the 25. The Rogues being very aggressive on this drive, going for it on fourth down twice. It's earned us another first down. Appleseed will roll into the left, and he is going to try to get back to the line, but will not. Tyra Thomas getting the sack that time, a 1-yard loss. The Sharks have been doing a great job in coverage downfield all game long, preventing Alex Appleseed from hitting his primary target. They've also been getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback with creative blitz packages, so they look really good on defense, but Rogues here on second down, a handoff, Bennett right side, and a good run. He will pick up about 10 yards, getting close to that first down marker. Truck Williams making the tackle, and now it'll be third down and 1. From the 15-yard line, the Rogues now firmly in field goal range. Wind or no wind, this is a makeable spot here for Fantone, but we would much rather get it into the end zone and take back the lead. Handoff, Cheesesteak up the middle, slips a tackle, and he is stood up at the line. A great job by the Sharks defense, and it will be 4th and inches. And this time the Rogues are going to take the sure thing. We're going to try the 32-yard field goal attempt. 10-mile-an-hour wind coming into Danilo Fantone's face here, but that really shouldn't be that much of a problem. He gets the kick up, and it is right down the middle, and so that will tie things up at 10. A 15-play drive, 2 fourth-down conversions, and the Rogues get a field goal out of it. This game all tied up here in the second quarter. Been a very good football game so far. A lot of turnovers, but a lot of excitement down there on the field as well. And Fantone, wind or no wind, is going to kick this one into the end zone. Candy Wilson will bring it from a yard deep. And a nice tackle by Onsen Sweeney, getting him right at the 20-yard line. A look at the total offense in this one. Both teams able to run the ball pretty effectively here in the first half. The Sharks 80 yards away from the end zone. We'll start out here with a handoff to Cyrus Franks right up the middle. Great hole, and he will pick up 10 yards. Tackle made by Polamalu that time, but it's a first down for the Sharks to the 30. The Sharks do not care that the Rogues were the best rushing defense in the league in the regular season. Their entire identity is built around being able to run the football and play smash-mouth football. And they have been effective opening holes for Cyrus Franks today. And Franks now will get the call once again up the middle, and that'll pick up about 3. Justice Bunn making the tackle that time. We haven't seen much of Lunch Pail today. We mentioned that he is dealing with a nagging injury and may not get into the rotation that much. And Cyrus Franks has had the hot hand anyway, so they're going to just keep feeding him. Grumble back to pass now. Hit as he throws, and incomplete. They say the arm was going forward that time. That was very close to a fumble. Gerard Tumbleweed getting in the backfield and providing the pass rush. And now it'll be 3rd and 8. Back to pass. Grumble, pressure coming. Hit as he throws, gets it away. Greg Jennings with the catch, but once again, just short of the first down marker. It'll be 4th down and inches. And Ken touchdown in to punt it away again. Tony Massimo back for the return, and he's going to let it bounce inside the 20. Oh, and it takes a big Sharks bounce, but goes into the end zone. Barely. That was close. At the 2-minute warning, the Rogues will take over at the 20-yard line. Trying to run a little 2-minute drill here. Appleseed will go back to pass. Defense faking the blitz. He will try Bennett over the middle. That is a catch. Bennett slipping a tackle, and that will get the Rogues a first down. Appleseed will hurry everybody up to the ball. There you see his stats. 4 of 7 for 51 yards and 2 picks on the day. Very un-Alex Appleseed type performance. Looking to turn it around here with the 2-minute drill. From the shotgun, he will go back and looking for Bennett in the flat. Bennett turning it upfield. He slips a tackle again and picks up a first down for the Rogues. Great run after the catch there by Bennett. Getting out of bounds and stopping the clock at the 43. First down and 10 upcoming. Appleseed working from the shotgun here. First down. He will go back to pass. Looking out to the left. Tugboat's got it. Synthania Tugboat turning it upfield along the sidelines and finally forced out of bounds inside the 36-yard line of the Sharks. Great run after the catch that time. Synthania Tugboat with their second long reception of the game. First down and 10 here. Appleseed from the shotgun once again. He will go back to pass. Looking out for Buckshank. Wide open on the right side, and he's got another first down. Getting it inside the 25. 5 consecutive completions for Alex Appleseed. He is really starting to heat up now, and the Rogues have got it deep in Sharks territory with 1:12 to go in the first half. He will go back to pass. They bring the blitz. He tries to get it to Bennett, but that one is incomplete. Bennett cannot hang on to the fastball. It'll be 2nd and 10. 1:07 to go in the first half. 2nd down and 10. Appleseed will go back to pass here. Defense in the zone coverage, and he is going to pull it down and try to run. He's got tons of room now, and Appleseed with a juke move. Tackled by Goku Thundercat at the 15. It'll be 3rd down and 1. The Rogues just 1 of 5 on third downs to this point. We would really like to keep this drive going here on 3rd down and 1. Bennett in the backfield. He will get the call on the right side, and he will get the first down now and upended at the 10-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Rogues. We'll call timeout here with 39 seconds to go in the first half. I formation here behind Appleseed. He will go back to pass, looking off the left side, and now firing it back across and incomplete. That was a dangerous throw. Appleseed that time should have just thrown it away, but he was cursed at a young age. He is not allowed to throw the football away. Physically impossible for the young signal caller. He will go back to pass here, and now looking out for Bennett in the flat. Bennett's got it. Trying the spin move, and he is going to get hit hard by Williams. That's a face mask. That'll set the Rogues up with a 3rd and 3 at the 4. 3rd down and 3. The Rogues can get a first down without getting a touchdown here, as the marker is just inside the 1. Appleseed will go back to pass, and rolling out to the right. He's got nobody open. Tries to fire it for Buckshank, but ultimately he is going to eat the sack. Westgate now calling a timeout with 24 seconds on the clock. The Rogues will bring out Danilo Fantone for a 25-yard field goal try. The ball is spotted at the 8-yard line. The wind not going to be much of a factor here, as this is a chip shot field goal for one of the best kickers in the league. Fantone puts it up, and it is good. And we go into the break. The score 13-10 Daggerford. The Sharks will kick off to start the 3rd quarter. Taking a look at the halftime stats. And they are kicking with the wind at their backs. Tony Massimo will have a chance at a return here, taking it out from a yard deep. And looking straight up the middle, a good return. He is clobbered at about the 27-yard line. He kind of ran into a defender there, broke a tackle, but my goodness, was that a hard hit. 1st down and 10, the Rogues. Appleseed, the I formation. He will look out to the left, and Buckshank wide open. Azamataz Buckshank running over the safety and picking up the first down to the 47-yard line. What a play by Buckshank that time. He was wide open. Appleseed, an easy read there, and Buckshank just destroying poor Pete Hunter. The Rogues pick up a big first down on the first play of the second half. The Rogues offense really starting to heat up after a couple of early interceptions by Appleseed. They've been playing much better ever since. Now with the I formation, Appleseed will hand it to Bennett on the left, and Jerome Bullhorn shaking off the block of Girlfriend Vancouver and getting him for a 4-yard loss. Girlfriend that time was not able to make the block, and it cost Damian Bennett 4 yards. 2nd down and 14 here. Appleseed from the shotgun. He will go back to pass. Looking over the middle. Caught Tugboat. Pass a little behind them, but they pick up the first down. No, they don't. That's short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 3. The first down marker is on the 42-yard line, and Appleseed will call an audible. The defense coming out of the nickel formation here. And Appleseed changing it to a run play. We're going to try Damian Bennett off the right, and he will get the first down, finding the edge. A good audible there as the tackle made by Goku Thundercat. That'll be a first down for the Rogues. The Rogues just matriculating the ball down the field here. This will be the 5th play of the drive. Massimo will check into the game at tailback. Appleseed calling an audible again here on first down. And actually audibling to that same exact play we just ran. This time Massimo, nowhere to go, taken down by Thundercat. That's going to be a loss of 2 yards. Goku Thundercat has been a little quiet in this game. He is one of the league's best middle linebackers, one of the league's most colorful personalities as well. 2nd down and 12. Appleseed going back to pass. Looking deep, trying to find Eel on the left side. That pass swatted away. Pete Hunter with good coverage. 3rd down and 12. Appleseed back to pass. Looking for Buckshank over the middle. Got it. First down, Rogues. And he runs over Dreets O'Erden, blowing up the Stars safety. You don't see that every day. Dreets, a little ineffective, on the football field without his 2 swords. He's not allowed to use those on the field. And that time, Buckshank just tossing him aside like he was a tiny little gnome or something. What a run after the catch by Buckshank. We've seen him run over a couple of guys now today. Very powerful runner. Buckshank will get this play off. Manamalayuna checking in at tight end. And it is going to be a handoff on the right side. Bennett, and a great play by Thundercat, sniffing him out and taking him down for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 upcoming now, and 2 tight ends in. Appleseed will try Bennett on the left, and Bennett trying to get around the edge. He will make a stiff arm and get a couple of yards. D'Orden on the tackle there. That's a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 9 now. Synthania Tugboat coming in motion off to the left side now, and Appleseed will have a 3rd down and 9. We'll go back to pass, looking over the middle for Tugboat. Got it on the post and to the 5-yard line. A great pass there by Appleseed, finding Synthania Tugboat. Lined up in the slot. That'll get the Rogues a 1st and goal from the 5. Tugboat's 4th catch on the day for 67 yards. They are having a very nice game despite being singled up against one of the best cornerbacks in the league, Tyra Thomas. Now a handoff. Massimo left side. Tony Massimo! Touchdown, Rogues! Untouched into the end zone on the counterplay. Perfectly blocked by the Rogues offensive line, and Jamar Cheesesteak clearing the way. And with 6:17 to go in the 3rd quarter, the Rogues have now opened up a 9-point lead with the extra point coming up. The Rogues with some creative play calling on that drive. We've been throwing the ball effectively ever since we stopped throwing it for Tyra Thomas and company, trying to target some of the weaker members of the Westgate secondary. And so far, the game plan has worked, but this this extra point is no good. And it is 19-10. It's the 2nd extra point that Fantone has missed on the season. That one was not his fault. That one was the fault of the lag. So here is the kickoff for Fantone, kicking into the wind, and it will go to about the 2-yard line. Candy Wilson taking it from there, and he's got some blocking. Wilson, ridden down by Onsen Sweeney, tackled from behind at the 26. 6:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Westgate will take over, trailing by 9 points. Franks the single back in the backfield, and it will be a handoff to the left side for Franks, and there's Justice Bunn making the tackle, a short gain. 2nd and 9 upcoming now. Franks still in the backfield. We really haven't seen any of Mike Lunchpail carrying the ball so far. It's been all Franks. He'll get it on the left now, and a decent run there, picking up about 5 yards. Tyler Boomstick making the tackle at the 32. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now for the Sharks. Westgate 2 of 6 on 3rd downs. Grumbled back to pass, and sacked! Tumbleweeds throwing him down to the turf. The leading sacker in the Faerun Football League, Gerard Tumbleweed, making the play at the 26. It's a 3-and-out for the Sharks. The Rogues starting to take control here in the 2nd half, up by 9 points. Ken touchdown in with the wind at his back to kick it deep for Tony Massimo. Massimo lining up way back there with the strong wind, and this is a relatively short punt. Massimo's going to call for a fair catch at the 32. 4:24 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Rogues taking over here with a 9-point lead. 2 tight end package here on 1st down, and Damian Bennett will get the call on the left, and he is stood up at the line. Jerome Bullhorn bulldozing his way into the backfield that time. That's actually going to be a 2-yard loss. A look at the offensive production. The Rogues doubling up the Sharks in terms of yards. We've got 204 so far, and the Sharks have just 102. 2nd and 12 here. Appleseed will run the play action, and he is going to be sacked as he could not find anywhere to go. That one, Timmy Waffles coming through and making the play for a big loss. See there, Waffles working off of Barbecue, and there were 3 Sharks in the backfield that time, a feeding frenzy, and it'll be a 3rd down and 20 for the Rogues. It was just important here for Alex Appleseed to not throw an interception on this play. That's the most important thing. Take care of the football. 3rd and 20. He will go back to pass. And now rolling out to the right, and he is going to probably take the sack. Oh, and he put it on the ground! And the defense has it! What did I just say? You can't turn the football over, but Appleseed has turned it over now for the 3rd time in the game. And that one, I mean, we got to challenge it. I think it was a pretty clear fumble, but honestly, that's such an important momentum-shifting play. We have got to take another look. Appleseed running for his life and taken down by a couple of defenders. That time the sack caused by the defensive tackle Dale Roy Stewart, and it is pretty clearly definitely a fumble. Taking another look here, the ball comes out and he is still completely upright. Poor Alex Appleseed. We should have, if only he could throw it away. But he was cursed and cannot. So we'll see what the referee says. Surely this one is going to stand.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Somewhere, some old hag is cackling. She witnesses Alex Appleseed turn the ball over because he couldn't throw it away. 1st and goal for the Sharks. What a shift in momentum. They take over at the Rogues' 7-yard line. Toss play, Franks, right side. He will find the edge and get into the end zone. The Sharks cutting the deficit now to 19-16. And all of their points have come off of Alex Appleseed turnovers. That is a 7-yard touchdown run. And the extra point here for Nitram Grammatica to bring them within 2. The kick is up and good. So the Rogues will take over at the 20-yard line now after a touchback on the kickoff with just a 2-point lead. Handoff left side, Bennett. Good block downfield by Girlfriend, and Bennett for a 12-yard pickup. Thundercat and Hunter making the tackle that time at the 31. Fresh set of downs for the Rogues. Once again, we come out of the I formation, and we are going to try the left side again. And again, running behind Girlfriend, and Bennett stood up after a gain of 7. 2nd and 4 upcoming now with just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Appleseed will start under center. The I formation behind him once again. He will go back to pass. Looking for Buckshank, wide open over the middle. Getting it across the first down marker to the 45. Another catch for Ozymataz Buckshank. 1st and 10, Appleseed back to pass. They disguise the blitz, and now he will look for Ghostkeeper. Caught over the middle. 1st down inside Sharks territory to the 42. Appleseed, 14 of 20 on the day, 176 yards. No touchdowns, 2 picks. And here on 1st and 10, he's going to call an audible, sending Synthania Tugboat over to the left side. Tyra Thomas following them. I formation, Appleseed will run the play fake here. Chucking it deep for Charles Eel into the end zone. Knocked away. Good coverage, Pete Hunter. 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. I formation behind Appleseed. He will hand it off to Massimo on the left. And Massimo, with good blocking, picks up about 9 yards. And we will hand it to Bennett on 3rd down off the left. And Damian Bennett for the 1st down to the 26-yard line. And that is how the third quarter comes to a close. We head into the final period. The Sharks nursing a 2-point lead. The Rogues nursing a 2-point lead. Rogues with the 1st down and 10 to start the fourth quarter. And Appleseed will go back to pass, rolling out to the right. Now coming back, trying to pick up a block. And he will take off on the left side, and he will get maybe back to the line. So no gain there on the run for Alex Appleseed as the Sharks defense continuing to get great pass rush all game long. And it will set up a 2nd down and 10 for the Rogues. Once again, the I formation, and we're going to try this counter play off to the left. It's been working, but this time it does not. Bennett stood up by Jerome Bullhorn, who has been very active off that defensive end position. And now it will be 3rd down and 10. Look at the total offense. The Rogues running the ball effectively today with 87 yards on the ground, but just 151 through the air. Meanwhile, the Sharks over there, they have been unable to pass the ball whatsoever. On 3rd down, Appleseed looking deep off to the right, trying to find Buckshank, and caught, but out of bounds, incomplete. And now the Rogues are challenging the play again. Dick Vermeil wanting them to take another look at this as Buckshank very nearly had it. Might have had both feet in. Let's see. Oh, no, that 2nd foot pretty clearly out of bounds. Take another look here. He catches it with the right foot down inbounds, and then the left foot just barely, the toes, on that white line. So this one probably will stand. We will see what they say. They overturn it. They say it was a catch. Well, he might have been dragging that other foot. Wow, I don't know about that call, but I am not going to complain about it. They say a completion for Buckshank along the sidelines. Evidently, the referee saw something that we did not see. It might be because he's really high on psychedelics. Saw something that wasn't there. We will try Bennett here on 1st down. Gets no gain. What a turn of events. And Sharks fans cannot be happy about that. Overturning the call. Their defense will still have a chance to keep the Rogues out of the end zone here. 2nd and goal from the 2. Bennett will get the call on the right side this time and hit again right at the line of scrimmage. So now it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and goal. Appleseed back to pass. Buckshank wide open on the left side. Touchdown, Rogues. They left him completely unaccounted for. The one guy that you have absolutely got to dedicate multiple resources to, and they didn't have anybody on him at all. An easy touchdown for the Rogues. That'll make it 25-17. And an 8-point lead here. The Rogues are going to try to go for 2 to make it an even 10 points. Appleseed back to pass for it. Rolling out to the left. He is going to throw it. No, he's not. Just kidding. Sacked. And it's no good. So 25-17 the score. And that does keep it a 1-possession game. So the Sharks potentially could tie it up here at 25 if they are able to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Fantone kicking it through the end zone once again. This is going to go for a touchback. That wind really a factor down there on the field. So we've seen so many touchbacks today. It's been impacting both teams' passing games. Though Appleseed has been able to shrug it off and still be accurate with his throws. As Franks here on the left, good hole, and Franks running over a defender and picking up 15 yards. Nice run. Tackle made by Seamus Gilhooly to save a big one. Still, that's a great run for the Sharks. Another look at the offensive production there. The Rogues now with 265 yards. The Sharks with just 122. Franks left side, and there's Justice Bunn making the tackle for a loss. Time not really a factor yet. Still 8.5 to go in the game, but the Sharks really need to start picking up the pace. Moving the ball downfield. Back to pass, Grumbold. Pressure coming, gets it away. Ty Wololo for the first down to the 45. Troy Polamalu on the coverage, making the tackle that time. Handoff, Franks, right side, nowhere to go. Seamus Gilhooly making the stop. No gain on the play. 2nd and 9, handoff, Franks up the middle, and a good run. He will pick up about 8 yards. Tackle made by Tumbleweed from behind at the 48-yard line. They are in Rogues territory now. 3rd down and 3 upcoming for Westgate. They're 2 of 7 on 3rd downs to this point. Lunchpail gets it on the right side, and Mike Lunchpail stood up by his former teammates. Just a yard on that one, and it will be 4th down and 2. And the Sharks will keep the offense out there. 6:30 to go in the game. Checking back into the game is Cyrus Franks. They come out of the goal line package here. Franks with the call on the left side. Stood up in the backfield. Larry Law and Justice Bunn combining to make the stop. The Rogues take over near midfield with 6:23 to go in the game. A huge defensive stand there. Looking to ice it here on this drive. Appleseed sacked on the first play. Jerome Bullhorn blowing off the block and taking him down for a big loss. Take another look at this. Nobody even touched him. Inexcusable. Another sack for the Sharks. They have been feasting in the backfield all game long. That is what propelled them to winning their division. Their great defense, particularly against the pass. 2nd and 17 now. Appleseed with the handoff to Bennett left side. Hit hard. Timmy Waffles making the play. That is a gain of 4. Another 3rd down opportunity for Daggerford. We are 7 of 13 on 3rd downs to this point. Appleseed going back to pass. Rolling out to the right now, and he's going to take off and try to run. He's got tons of room. And Thundercat making the tackle at the 45. Appleseed with a 10-yard run, but it will be 4th down and 4. And in a one-possession game here, we do have the ball inside their territory, but we are going to bring out the punt unit here and try to pin them back deep. The way that their offense has been playing, we don't trust them to go all the way down the field. We believe that our defense can make a stop. Fred Pantaleano to punt it away. This one's going to end up going way out of bounds, and it'll go out at about the 22. So they will take over with 4:24 to go in the game. The best they can do on this drive is tie it up. They'll come out with the I formation and 2 tight ends here. Grumbold under center with Franks in the backfield behind him. Sharks still have all 3 of their timeouts. Grumbold looking over the middle. Caught Wololo, and that is a 1st down, getting it up near the 40. Just over 4 minutes to go in the game now. Grumbold with 3 wide receivers, and he will hand it off to Franks. Left side, nowhere to go. Justice Bunn making another tackle for a loss. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 11. Grumbold under center here, and he will hand it to Franks. Right side slips a tackle, but a nice stop by Lamar Ilko right at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it'll be 3rd and 11. 3rd down and long with 3:30 to go in the 4th quarter. They come out with 3 wide receivers and the defense in the dime package. Grumbold back to pass. Hit as he throws. Fumble. Ball on the ground. And it's kicked around. The Rogues get it. Kevin Rhombus taking it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rogues. The fumble caused on the sack by Gerard Tumbleweed. And it's another defensive touchdown for the Rogues, our 2nd of the day. A 23-yard defensive touchdown for Kevin Rhombus. And that is probably going to ice the game. Danilo Fantone in to kick the extra point to make it 32-17. The kick is up, and it is good. More points off of turnovers for the Rogues. And starting to party back home in Daggerford. The fans watching this game from afar have to be loving what they are seeing. Fantone kicking it deep. This one's not going to be returnable. The back of the end zone once again with the wind behind him. So after another touchback on the kickoff, the Sharks will take back over at the 20-yard line. They are now down by 2 touchdowns, fully in desperation mode. Right side knocked away. Troy Polamalu getting up to get a hand on the pass. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. They'll come out of the single back formation here. Grumbold under center, sending Ty Wololo in motion off to the left side. Back to pass, and he's got time. Plenty of time. Looking left, knocked away again. This time Kevin Rhombus getting up and getting a hand on the pass. The man who just scored the touchdown, knocking the pass out of the air. 3rd down upcoming. There you can see Grumbold's stats. He's just got 90 passing yards on the day, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. He's completed 50% of his passes. Going back to pass here. Defense in the zone coverage and looking right. Caught Trevor Gaylor, and that'll be a 1st down to the 43. Great pass that time by Grumbold under pressure as he was hit by Sarkon the Wise, but Gaylor able to hang on to the pass. 3 minutes to go in the game. Grumbold under center here. He will go back to pass. Pressure coming. Gets it away on the right. Ty Wololo making the catch at the 48. 2nd down and 3. Grumbold from the shotgun. He will play fake it, and he's going to be sacked again. Sarkon the Wise getting him in the backfield that time. Fighting through the block of the right tackle, Langston Walker, and getting to the quarterback. 3rd down and 10 upcoming. Grumbold back to pass, and they pick up the blitz. He gets it away on the left for Greg Jennings. That is a 1st down to the 45. We are almost at the 2-minute warning now. 2:12 to go in the game. Grumbold under center here. He will go back to pass. Has time. Looking left. Caught. Wololo. A short pickup and a flag down. They're going to call holding on the center, Todd Kombucha. 2:06 to go in the 4th quarter. Grumbold back to pass. We bring the blitz, and he gets it away. A short pass to Jennings. That'll get it to the 50-yard line, and that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go. The Rogues defense just looking to hold on here, ahead by 2 touchdowns. 32-17. Grumbold back to pass. Looking over the middle. Caught. Jennings, a 1st down. Deep into Rogues territory, and now they're going to come out here and run the no huddle. Another catch for Jennings, who is doing the best he can to put the team on his back, though. Grumbold from the shotgun. He will go back to pass. Looking left, and nearly intercepted. Rhombus getting a hand on it. 2nd and 10. Grumbold from the shotgun here. 4 wide receivers in the game. Cyrus Franks flanking him to the right. Defense in the dime package. He will go back to pass. Looking over the middle. Caught Gaylor, and a big hit by Boomstick, but that will move the chains. Grumbold will go back to pass here. Pressure coming. He gets it away, and it's incomplete. Trying to float it in over the middle, but right there was Troy Polamalu. 2nd down and 10. Grumbold from the shotgun here. He will go back to pass. Looking off to the right. Caught. Franks staying in bounds, and it'll be 3rd and long. That was not a very good play. It keeps the clock running and only moved them about 2 yards down the field. Grumbold from the shotgun. 3rd and long. He goes back. Looking over the middle, caught Gaylor inside the 5, and another big hit by Boomstick, but Gaylor once again able to hold on to the ball. His 3rd catch of the game, and clock ticking down, close to a minute to go. Grumbold back to pass, and looking into the end zone, and nearly intercepted. Lamar Ilko had it go right through his hands. 2nd down and goal. Grumbold back to pass again, pressure coming. He eludes it, and another pass knocked away by Ilko. 3rd down and goal from the 2. Single back formation. Grumbold back to pass again. He has got time. Looking end zone. And again, Ilko getting a hand on the pass. 4th and goal now. Just outside the 2-yard line. The Rogues defense looking to keep him out of the end zone here. The score 32-17. Grumbold taking off to try to run, and that is not going to work. It's going to be a turnover on downs. The Rogues will get it at the 4. 59 seconds left, and the Sharks have all 3 of their timeouts. The Rogues will come out here and try to ice the game with a few good running plays. Bennett in the backfield. He will get the call and a handoff to the right, and taken down immediately, Truck Williams. Westgate will call their first timeout. Player of the game, Troy Polamalu. A pick 6, 9 tackles. It's not over yet. The Rogues with the ball at the 2. He will give it to Bennett, left side. That's a safety! They got him in the end zone. Bullhorn bulldozing his way through, and that'll make the score 32-19. Well, that's going to be a scoregami if that holds, and it will get them just a little bit closer. Now a 13-point game. Here's the safety kick. Pantaleano booting it deep, and back for the return is Gaylor, and he will take it to the 30, tackled by Rhombus. 52 seconds on the clock. Westgate with 2 timeouts remaining. Down 32-19. They take over at the 30. Back to pass, Grumbold, and he is hit as he throws, but caught. Franks out of the backfield. That's going to be an 8-yard pickup. The clock will run, and they will come out and try to run the no-huddle here. getting up to the ball in a hurry. Grumbold working under center. Frank's behind him. He will go back to pass. And looking over the middle. Caught and dropped. Incomplete as that pass forced out by Lefty Washington with the big hit on Candy Wilson. 3rd and 3, 37 seconds on the clock. Grumbold back to pass. He looks over the middle and knocked away. Lefty Washington on the pass defense. 4th down now, and the Sharks try to go for it once again. They are 0 for 2 on 4th downs to this point. Trailing by 13 points, they come out here in the 3 tight end package. The goal line look. Handoff, Franks up the middle, blown up. Larry Law, turnover on downs. The Rogues are going to win. And frustration in the hearts of the Sharks fans as they look on in agony. Alex Appleseed will come out here in the victory formation. We can just kneel it down and win the game. And so the clock strikes 0, and the Daggerford Rogues have won on the road in the playoffs. 32-19, a playoff scoregami, and a great effort by the Rogues defense today. Alex Appleseed had some turnovers, and in fact, all of the Sharks' points came off of turnovers, except for the safety, which really is kind of a turnover also if you think about it. Other than that, the Rogues' defense was amazing. And that is backed up by the stats. The Sharks held to just 237 yards of total offense, 62 on the ground and 175 through the air, most of that coming on a fourth quarter drive that saw the Sharks unable to get the ball in the end zone. The Rogues had 3 giveaways today, but 2 takeaways as well. Alex Appleseed with one of his worst statistical performances on the season. He did finish 16 of 23 for 204 yards and a touchdown, which is good, but he did throw 2 first quarter interceptions that spotted the Sharks 10 points, which is bad. Damian Bennett held to 59 yards on the day on 22 attempts. Alex Appleseed had 17 yards on 7 carries, and Tony Massimo had 11 yards and a touchdown on 3 attempts. Leading receiver today, of course, Ozymataz Buckshank with 7 receptions for 95 yards and a score. Synthania Tugboat had 4 catches for 67 yards. Bennett had 3 catches as well. Troy Polamalu, the player of the game, with 9 tackles, 1 in the backfield for a loss. He had an interception, returned at 51 yards for a touchdown. He also deflected 2 passes. Lamar Ilko deflected 3 passes also, and the Rogues had a whole bunch of sacks. Sark on the wise and Gerard Tumbleweed getting in the backfield to get to the quarterback. So the Rogues have held on to win 32-19 at Sharks Stadium, a scoregami finish in the playoffs. A whole lot of turnovers in this one, but Daggerford coming out victorious with a 13-point victory. The Sharks' season is over, and the Rogues will advance to the next round of the playoffs. And just one game remaining on the docket. It is the Red Wizards of Thay versus the Luskin Fireballs. And the Fireballs have taken care of business, winning 38-24 over the Red Wizards. A great game by Sarah Darkmagic and the great offensive Luskin. They had an up-and-down season, but ultimately were able to knock Thay out of the playoffs. And the matchups are set for the second round. The Mirabar Miners will go on the road to Baldur's Gate to play against the Space Hamsters, the number 1 seed in the AFC, 13-3 this season, the 3rd best offense in the league. The Space Hamsters will be favored in that one. And then the Icewind Dale Direwolves will go to Zola to play against the Trolls. The Trolls finished with the 5th most points per game in the season, although they were 29th in defense. And they have really been a Jekyll and Hyde team. They had an 11-5 record, despite giving up about as many points as they scored in the regular season. The Direwolves, a much more stable team, with a pretty good offense and a pretty good defense to pair with it. The Rogues will have to go to Port Nyanzaru, and we will be playing the best team in the league, the Port Nyanzaru Pirates, 12-3-1 on the regular season. They lost in Week 17 to the Baldur's Gate Space Hamsters. That game ensured that the Rogues would have to play in the Wildcard round, and it also ensures that we will have to go to Port Nyanzaru here in round 2. They had the best defense in the league in the regular season, and they have been the hardest test that the Rogues have faced. We have now played against them 3 times. This will be the 4th matchup of Alex Appleseed versus Jennifer Hyacinth and the Pirates' incredible defense. And this is the game that everybody's going to have their eye on. A rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. And hopefully the Rogues can do a little bit better than they did last time. We did beat this team earlier in the season for one of their 3 regular season losses. That was a back and forth 24-20 absolute stone cold classic. Alex Appleseed and company coming back to win that one, and hopefully we get a similar outcome here today, as this is probably going to be the toughest test that we have left. The best team in the league and the Rogues have our sights set on the championship, and well, our road to the championship goes through Port Nyanzaru. And the last game of the divisional round will be the Luskin Fireballs going to Zentile Keep to play against the Zombies. The Zombies, with one of the best defenses in the league, they actually finished second, right behind Portnai and Zaru, and they are a team with pretty much no flaws. They are incredible at every single aspect of football. That is going to do it for this episode of Fantasy Football. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Todd Gonzalez. I will see you next time, and I hope you have a wonderful day.